right? Then is there a path from 1 to 5 to 3? No. Is there a path from 1 to 5 to 4? Yes, right? And total cost is 20, right? And direct path from 1 to 4 cost is 100, so which is minimum 20, right? So to reach at node number 4, right, you have to select the path 1 to 5 to 4 instead of 1 to 4 directly, because 1 to 5 to 4 path has the minimum cost, right? So replace the cost to reaching the node 4 from source node 1, right? Likewise, you have to find the shortest distance path from source node 1 to each and every node of your graph, like this, right? Or if you clear with the example of shortest path, or should I repeat it in brief?
No, ma'am.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Okay. Right, so in this way you have to find the path, right? So let us discuss the algorithm, right? So this algorithm is used to find the shortest path, right? Using the directed graph, right? So here algorithm single shortest path p comma cost comma dist comma n, where cost is an adjacency matrix storing cost of each edge, that is cost 1 2 n, right? Or the given graph can be represented by the cost, right? So cost is that matrix in which we have to store the cost for each edge, right? Then dist is a set that stores the shortest path from the source vertex p to any other vertex in the graph, right? So dist is a one set that stores the shortest path from the source vertex p, right, where p is a source vertex, right? S, capital S, stores all the visited vertices of the graph, right? And it is a Boolean type array, right? And n is a total number of nodes in the graph, or total number of vertices in the graph, right? So initially, right, take one for loop from 1 to n, right? And initialize s of I is equals to 0, right? Where array S stores all the visited vertices, right? So initially visited vertices array A is equals to 0, right? So S of I is equals to 0 and dist is equals to cost of P2I, right? Now what is dist? Dist is a set that stores the shortest path from the source vertex P, right? So initially value of dist is source vertex cost, right? Then next set pth vertex to true in array S, and that is put P in the S, right? So starts from P, that is your source vertex. So in after initialization of S and dist, next is we have to put the pth vertex, that is our source vertex, to true in the array S, right? Because array S is used to store all the visited vertices, right? So starts from P, right? So you have to put P in the S. For that, you have to set the pth vertex to true, right? So for that, you have to write down like this: S of P is equals to 1, right? And distance of P is equals to 0 0.0, because right now you just put the value, put the vertex P in the S. right? And dist used to store the shortest path from the source vertex p, right? So right now we just put the source vertex in the S array, right? So initialize dist p is equals to 0, right? Now next, for val 2 to n minus 2 do, right? So this is for to obtain the n minus path from the p, right? This loop is for obtain the n minus 1 path from the p, right? So choose q from the vertices that are not visited, right? It means we have to choose those nodes, right? Those are not in the S, right? And with minimum distance, રાઈટ એક્ઝામ્પલમાં આપણે સોર્સ નોડ સિવાયના બાકીના જે બધા નોડ છે એ નોડમાંથી કોઈ પણ એક વર્ટેક્સ સિલેક્ટ કરતા હતા, પણ કઈ વર્ટેક્સ સિલેક્ટ કરતા હતા? વિથ મિનિમમ ડિસ્ટન્સ, રાઈટ? સો distance q is equals to minimum distance of I, right? And s of q is equals to 1. So here we put the q into s because q is visited. So we have to put that into s, right? Now next, update the distance value of the other nodes, right? આપણે ચેન્જ કરતા હતા, જો પ્રીવિયસ નોડની વિઝિટેડ ડિસ્ટન્સ જો પહેલામાં આના આગલા એક્ઝામ્પલમાં 100 હતું, રાઈટ? પછી આપણને નેક્સ્ટ પાથથી એનું મિનિમમ ડિસ્ટન્સ મળ્યું, સો વી અપડેટ ધેટ 100 વિથ 20, રાઈટ? સો એ અહીંયા અપડેટ થશે. કેવી રીતે? ફોર all nodes are adjacent to q with sr is equals to 0, right? And check distance r is greater than distance q plus cost of p to q, right? So હવે next node નું distance શું થશે? Distance q plus distance p comma q, right? So in this way, update the distance value for the other nodes, right? And repeat the same procedure until you visited all the nodes, right? અને એ તમને ક્યાંથી થશે? Because here you select for I is equals to 1 to n, right? And this for loop, right, is used to select the next node with minimum distance from the source node, right? And here you update the distance in the distance matrix, right? Now let's see the analysis part, right? So if you want to find the time complexity of this algorithm, right? So from the first loop here you can clearly take the on time, omega n, right? And here to choose the q, right, it will also take omega n time because it involves the because it involves finding a minimum in the array, right? And the innermost for loop, this one, the innermost for loop is for updating the distance, right? અને કેટલી at most કેટલી વાર iterate થશે? n times, right? So that's why it will take omega n time, right? So therefore the for loop iterating over the value takes omega n cross n time, right? So that's why the complexity of this algorithm is omega n square, right? Omega n from here and omega n from here. So total is omega n cross n, right? So final time complexity of single source shortest path is omega n square time, right? So this is the algorithm for single source shortest path or Discuss-Truss algorithm, right? And complexity is omega n square. All of you clear with the single source shortest path?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Now, next is a fractional knapsack problem, but this topic we will cover when you come offline from 31st of August, right? Because it is very important topic and we will cover in the offline mode only, right? So we skip this topic and start with the next problem that you can solve with the use of greedy algorithm, right? That is activity selection problem. Right now, if you want to define the activity selection problem, then you can define as uh, given a resource such as CPU or a lecture hall and n set of activities such as tasks or lectures that want to utilize the resource, right? Now the activity I have the starting and finishing time, which can be denoted by SI and FI, right? SI means starting time and FI means finishing time, right? Then the activity selection problem is to find maximum size subset A of mutually compatible activities, right? Now what is mutually compatible activities? Mutually compatible activity means maximize the number of lectures all in the lecture hall or maximize number of tasks assigned to the CPU, right? So in this problem, right, we have some resource like CPU or lecture hall like this, right? And we have total n set of activities, right? So we have to find the maximum size subset A of mutually compatible activities, right? So we have to find the maximum number of lectures that we can take in the lecture hall, or we can find the maximum number of tasks that we can assign to the CPU. રાઈટ એનો મતલબ શું છે આ પ્રોબ્લેમ આપણે શું કરશું કે આપણી પાસે રિસોર્સ છે એને મેક્સિમમ આપણે કેટલું ટાસ્ક અસાઇન કરી શકીએ એ રીતે આપણે એને એ રીતે એક્ટિવિટીને સિલેક્ટ કરવાની છે રાઈટ સો મેક્સિમમ એક્ટિવિટી એ રિસોર્સથી આપણે કરાવી શકીએ એ રીતે આપણે એક્ટિવિટીને સિલેક્ટ કરવાની છે રાઈટ યુઝિંગ ગ્રીડી અલ્ગોરિધમ રાઈટ સો હિયર we have set of S of n activities with starting time SI and finishing time FI, right? And we have to find the maximum size set of mutually compatible activities, right? And activities ing are compatible if the half open internal SIFI and SIFJ do not overlap. That means ing are compatible if SI is greater or equals to FI or Sj is greater or equals to Fi, right? And we can use the activity selection on the scheduling a resource application also, right? So let us understand the activity selection problem with the use of the example, right? So here we have total 11 activities, right? Total we have 11 activities P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, right? And these are the starting and finishing time for each and every activity, right? 1 is a starting time for P and 4 is a finishing time for P, likewise, right? So this is the starting and finishing time for each and every activity, right? So if we want to solve the activity selection problem, if using the greedy method, right, it means we have to find that, or we have to find the solution for mutually compatible activities. It means maximum number of activities we can assign to the resource, right? So for that, step number 1 is sort the activity of set S as per increasing finishing time to directly identify mutually compatible activities by comparing finishing time of first activity and start time of the next activity, right? So we have to sort the finishing time, that like finishing time into the increasing order after sorting, right? we have f1 less or equals to f2 less or equals to f3 less or equals to f4 up to fn. Right? So this is the first step. Now second step, already we have activity in finishing time increasing order. Right? If all these activities are not in the finishing time increasing order, right, then you have to sort these activities according to finishing time into increasing order. Right now all the activities are already sorted, so step number 1 is already performed. Right now, step number 2. In step number 2, select the next activity I to the solution set if I is compatible with each activity in the solution set. Right? So second step માં આપણે શું કરશું? First, this A is a solution set. Right? So first we put our first activity into solution set A. Right? Then next activity we have to select such a way that the current activity, that is P, is compatible with each activity in the solution set. Right? So for that we have to say the finishing time, right, for each and every activity. Right? And we have to repeat this step number 2 until all the activities get examined. Right? So હવે કેવી રીતે કરશું? First activity is P, right? And starting time and finishing time for P is 1,4. Right? So we have to select next activity which is compatible with this activity P. Right? So what is the finishing time for P? 4. Right? So next activity ક્યારે start થશે? After the 4 second. Right? So જેનું starting time, right, P ના finishing time કરતા ઓછો છે, એ activity select નહીં થશે. Right? So we cannot select Q because starting time of Q is 3. Right? So we cannot select Q because F1 is equals to 4. Right? And S2 is equals to 3. Right? So S2 is less than F1. So we cannot select the second activity. Right? So we cannot select the activity Q. Right? Now next activity is R. So starting time for R is 0. Right? So also we cannot select the R. Now next activity is S. Right? Starting time of S is 5. So we can select the activity S. Right? So add activity S into solution set. Getting all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now next activity is T. Right? Now what is the starting time of T? What is the starting time of T?
3.
3. Right? So can we add the activity T in solution set A? Hello? મારો અવાજ સંભળાય છે?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can we add T into solution set A?
Yes.
No, ma'am.
No.
Who said yes? Right? We cannot select activity T in solution set A because the starting time of T is 3. Right? And ending time of previous activity, that S, is 7. Right? So જ્યાં સુધી આ એક્ટિવિટી પતે નહીં, જે પ્રીવિયસ એક્ટિવિટી સોલ્યુશન સેટમાં તમે એડ કરી છે ત્યાં સુધી તમે નેક્સ્ટ એક્ટિવિટી સ્ટાર્ટ નહીં કરી શકો. Right? Because right now your resource is allocated to this particular activity. Right? So up to the 7 second you cannot add any activity in the solution set, right? So you cannot select add activity T in the solution set. Same for the activity U, right? Because starting time of U is 5, which is less than the ending time of previous activity S, right? Same for the V, right? And next activity is W. Starting time for W is 8, which is higher than the finishing time of previously added activity, right? So after finishing of activity S, you can allocate the resource to activity W, right? Now up to the 11 second, your resource is occupied by the activity W, right? So next activity that is added into solution set is activity Z, right? Because starting time of Z is 12, which is greater than the finishing time of activity W, right? So this is the final solution set using the algorithm activity selection problem, right? You can select maximum 4 activities P, S, W, Z, or you can assign your resource, right, with this number of activities, right? That is P, S, W, and Z, right? All of you clear with the example?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us discuss the algorithm for activity selection, right? Here problem definition or problem description is this algorithm is select the activities that are compatible to each other, right? Compatible to each other means જે કરંટ એક્ટિવિટી રિસોર્સને અલોકેટ થઈ છે એ જ્યારે પતશે પછી જ બીજી એક્ટિવિટી એ રિસોર્સને અલોકેટ થશે, રાઈટ? સો જે કરંટ એક્ટિવિટી છે એનો જે ફિનિશિંગ ટાઈમ છે that should be less than the next activity's starting time, right? Then you can say that these activities are compatible with each other, right? Input for this algorithm is the set of starting time and finishing time, right? And what is the output? Set of selected activities, right? Now, first step number 4, that is sort the input activities by increasing finishing time, right? It means F1 less or equals to F2 less or equals to F3 up to less or equals to Fn, right? Then step number 2 is call the algorithm, right? Until you get the final set of selected activities, right? So greedy activity selector S comma F, where S is a set of selected activities, right? And F is a finishing time, right? Now next, initialize the length of the n, where n is used to represent the total number of activities, right? So n is equals to length of s, right? Now, sorry, here s and f are starting time and finishing time, right? So n is equals to length of s, right? Where n is used to represent the total number of activities, right? Then next is selection of first activity, right? So A is equals to I, right? Where A is our solution set, right? So here we select our first activity, right? And put that activity into our solution set, right? Now next is initialize the J value, that is current activity is denoted by A of J, right? Current activity is denoted by A of J, right? Now next is for I is equals to 2 to n. Right? This for loop right is from this for loop starts from 2 to n. It means it will check for remaining all the activities right from your set of activities. Yeah, because one ને તો આપણે already select કરી લીધી છે. So હવે બાકીની બધી activity માટે આપણે check કરવાનું છે. That's why this loop starts from 2 to n. Right? Then check Si is greater or equals to Fj. It means it will check that current next activity starting time is greater than current activity's ending time, finishing time. If it is true, then it will select the next feasible activity. Right? So it will put the next activity into the final selection set. Right? So your final selection set should be A is equals to A union I. Right? And next J is equals to I. It means now value of J will be the value of next activity and return the set of A. Right? So here these two steps are used to select the next feasible activity, right? And this for loop and if is find out the maximum finish time of any activity in A, right? So this algorithm use the greedy approach for activity selection, right? And time complexity for this algorithm is tell me what will be the time complexity for this algorithm. You have this algorithm right on your screen. Now tell me the time complexity for this algorithm. It's a simple single for loop algorithm, right? Now using this algorithm, find the time complexity. Already you learn how to find the time complexity for so many sorting and search algorithm. So what's the time complexity? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's the time complexity?
Big O(n) for loop n times
For
inside the
loop
set.
n times, right? So time complexity is for activity selection problem using greedy algorithm is theta n, right? Because here n loop will iterate how many times? N times, right? So time complexity is theta n, right? So this is the activity selection problem, right? Now all of you tell me the answer final selection set for this given problem, right? All of you solve this problem in your notebook and finally tell me the solution set for this activity selection problem. Right? That is arrival time and departure time are 9, 10, 12, 11, 20, 11, 30, 19 and 20. All of you solve this example in your notebook 1 to 5. Okay, so we stop here, right? From next lecture, we start with the next topic of this chapter.